Dear students, today we'll discuss about some spanning tree practice problems. Okay, actually, I give the question. I solved at least I think some questions in the classroom. Some were absent, and now Miss Daya helped me by solving the rest of the activities, and I will share her answers. Okay. So first, start with spanning tree. What is spanning tree? It's actually as a protocol used in layer 2 switches to avoid creating loops. Okay. So here if you connect three switches like this, no, it will form loops. And what happen, no, layer 2 loops will form, and frames will be forward here and there. So much of broadcast, okay, so much of traffic. So what we'll do, you have to use spanning tree protocol there, which will avoid loops. What they will do, first step is they will choose one switch as root bridge switch. Root bridge yani mudir switch. Okay, others will become non-root bridge, and they will find shortest path to reach root bridge. And there are designated port, root port, and block port. What are they? I'll tell you. Okay, so Mister, there is see, I have three switches connected, okay, in a loop form. Okay, now I need to find the root bridge. Which one should be the root bridge based on the bridge ID or bridge priority? Okay, so here the bridge ID is done chosen by having checking the priority and MAC address. Okay, so first thing is check the priority. Whichever switch has lowest priority, that switch will become root bridge. Okay, others will become non-root bridge switch. Okay, in this case priority for S1 is 50, for S2 is 30, priority for S3 is 40. That means priority less is S2, so S2 will become root bridge. Okay, in some cases priority will be same for all switch, then you should consider MAC address. So but here in this case priority is different and one has less priority. This will become, so S2 will become the root bridge. Okay, so see this table, root bridge. So first one, switch ports, switch name, switch names, and this thing, root bridge. Which one is root bridge? S2 is root bridge because priority 30 less compared to 50 and 40. Okay, so after that remaining two are no root bridge. Okay, now what about the root port, designated port, block port? Okay, so for a root bridge switch, both ports 0 bar 1, 0 bar 2, in this case both ports are designated port. DP any designated ports. Okay, designated port. And for other switches S3 and S1, which is the shortest path to reach the root bridge. Okay, so from S1 we have two ports, FS0 bar 1 and FS0 bar 2. FS0 bar 1 is the shortest path to reach S2, so this will become root port. Okay, any port of a non-root bridge switch connecting to root bridge is called as non-root root port. So this 0 bar 1 of S1 will be root port, and for S3 it is connected to S2 via 0 bar 1. So for S3 0 bar 1 is root port. Now this port S1 FS0 bar 2 and S3 FS0 bar 2, we need to choose one as designated, one as blocked. Okay, so compare, conduct election again. Check the priority of these two switches. Here it is 50, this is 40. So this is the Mudir now. Now comparing these two, S3 is the Mudir. So S3's FS0 bar 2 will become designated. S1's FS0 bar 2 will become blocked. Okay, one example done. Next one. So the thanks. First one correct. Okay, now go for the second one. Three switches again. The cost is already given. So fast Ethernet cost is 19. So no issue. No need to consider cost. Okay, because all cables are same cost. Okay, fast Ethernet. Okay, now three among three switches, I want to find out which is the root bridge, which is the non-root bridge switch, which one is root port, which one is designated, which one is block port. Okay, so here S1, S2, S3. S1 has 300 priority, S2 has 200. S1 300, S2, S3 200, S2 100. So this one has low priority. So take S2 as a root bridge. Okay, so once I choose S2 as root bridge, I'll go down and make root bridge S2 yes, remaining to no. Okay, so root bridge S2 as root bridge, both ports 0 bar 1, 0 bar 2 will be designated port. For a root bridge switch, both ports, or how many ports they have, they will be designated port. That's why designated port F0 bar 1, F0 bar 2 designated port. Okay, Now for non-root bridge like S3 and S1, what is the shortest path to reach the root bridge? So for S1, 0 bar 1 is the shortest path. S3, 0 bar 2 is the shortest path. So that port which connects non-root bridge to root bridge is called as root port. So for S1, 0 bar 1 root port. For S3, 0 bar 2 connecting to S2. So 0 bar 2 is a root port. Now this port of S3, FS0 bar 1 and S1, FS0 bar 2 are remaining. One should be designated, one should be blocked. How come you choose that? Compare these two. Now which one has less priority? This one has less priority. So what happens? S3 FS0 bar 1 become designated. Okay. S1 FS0 bar 2 becomes blocked port. Clear? Again, thanks to Daya. Second question also correct. Okay. Third question now. Key switches, see the priority is same 50 50 50. If the priority is same for all switches, next thing, big thing is find the switch with the lowest MAC address. Okay. So your MAC address 111, here 222 this lowest one is 111. Okay. This will become the root bridge now. So S1 is root bridge. S1 root bridge. Okay. Both ports of S1 root bridge ports are designated 0 bar and 0 bar 2 designated Baba. Now S2 to S1 shortest FS0 bar 1. So non-root bridge to root bridge, the port connected is called as root port. S3 0 bar 2 connecting to S1. So this is root port. For S1, sorry, S2 FS0 bar 1 root port. S3 FS0 bar 2 root port. Okay. Now the remaining are S2 FS0 bar 2 and S3 FS0 bar 3. FS0 bar 1. What are they? So priority is same. So choose MAC address 222 lesser than 333. So this will become the S2 0 bar 2 will become designated. See, and S3 0 bar 1 will become blocked. Blocked. Again, thanks to Daya. Next question. Three switches already in the loop. So which one has less priority? Here 150, here 250, 350. If the priority is different, choose the root bridge using priority. Do not consider MAC address there. Okay, if the priority is same, then only consider MAC address. Clear what I'm telling? Here the priority is 150, but the MAC address is high. But here the priority is less, but MAC address is, so the priority is high, MAC address is low. But problem, the preference should be given to priority. If priority is less, go for that. Do not consider MAC address. If priority is different or same, then only go for MAC address. Okay, so here priority is different. One has less priority, that will become the root bridge. So this S1 will become root bridge. Yes. Both port of a root bridge are designated ports. So 0 bar 1, 0 bar 2 of S1 is designated. Now from S2, the shortest path to reach S1 is FS0 bar 1 root port. S3, FS0 bar 2 root port. Okay. Now compare S2 and S3. Which one is designated? Which one is blocked? So here can we compare these two? Priority is same, but the MAC address is here less 222. So S2 FS0 bar 2 will become designated. S3 FS0 bar 1 become blocked. Where this one blocked. Okay. Now again, thanks to Daya. Next one, fifth one. Three switches all have same priority 32769, 32769, 32769. So which one has lowest MAC address 332211? This one lowest MAC address. This will become root bridge. S3 will become root bridge. Both ports of root bridge are called as designated port. So S3 root bridge, both SF0 bar 1 and FS0 bar 2 designated ports. Now from S2 shortest path to reach S3 is FS0 bar 2. So S2 FS0 bar 2 is root port. S1 shortest is again 0 bar 2, also root port. Remaining block and designated. In between these two, 0 bar 1, 0 bar 1. Okay, so which one is lowest priority, lowest MAC address? This one, 2, 2. So this will become 0 bar 1 of S2 become designated. 0 bar 1 of S2 become designated. 0 bar 1 of S1 becomes blocked. Okay. Sixth one. Again, three switches, priorities same. Go for MAC address. Which one has lowest MAC address? S2 1 1. This one is 3322. So one this S2 will become root bridge. Yes. Both ports of a root bridge are designated. So fs 0 bar and fs 0 bar 2 designated. Now from S3 shortest path to reach S2 is 0 bar 1. S3 8 0 bar 1 is root port. From S1 shortest is 0 bar 1. So S1 0 bar 1 root port. Designated port are in between these two. S1 0 bar 2, S3 0 bar 2. Which one is lowest priority? 2 to 2. So S3 0 bar 2 will become designated. S1 FS 0 bar 2 becomes blocked. Okay, again thanks Misal Daya. Okay. Now again three switches. Which one is the root bridge? Check the priority 3, 2, 1. So this will become the root bridge. Okay. So S3 as root bridge. So both ports of root bridge are called as designated ports. Designated. From S2 shortest path which the root bridge is FS0 bar 2. S1 also FS0 bar 2 reach shortest path reach root bridge. So S2 S1 0 bar 2 is root port. S1 0 bar 2 root port, S2 0 bar 2. Now action between S2 and S1, who will be, which one has designated port, which one has block port. Okay. So S2 S1 when I compare, this has less priority. Okay, so this will become S2 FS0 bar 1 towards S1 will become designated port, and S1 0 bar 1 will become blocked. Blocked. Eighth one, both sorry, all three switches have, sorry, here priority is 5 5. Two switches have same priority. Okay, then which what you will do, this are, and that is low, this one is highest one. Okay, so 5 is lesser one to compare to 6. Okay, so but here two switches have 5, so which one will be the root bridge based on the MAC address now. So MAC address here is 333, here is 111, so S2 will become root bridge. Yes, both port of S2 FS01 and FS02 will be designated port. Okay, now from S2 to S3, sorry, S1 to S2 it's 0 bar 1. So S1 root port is 0 bar 1. S3 to S2 also 0 bar 1 root port. Now between S1 and S3 these two ports 0 bar 2, 0 bar 2, who will become designated, who will become blocked? 5 and 6. So this is a device with the lowest priority. So this 0 bar 2 of S1 will become designated. 0 bar 2 of S3 will become blocked. Okay. Again thanks to the next ninth one. Those answers are correct. She only solved. I didn't solve. S1, S2, S3. Three switches. Priority 45, 55, 65 or 66. This is as having low priority. So take S1 as root bridge. S1 0 bar and 0 bar 2 will become designated port. Root bridge switch means the ports of root bridge switch will be designated ports. Okay, so S1 is root bridge. Other the ports 0 bar and 0 bar 2 designated ports. From S2 to reach S1, I use FS0 bar 1, so root port. From S3, I use 0 bar 2 to reach S1, so FS0 bar 2 of S3 will become root port. Between S2 S3, who will become the Mudir? This is 5 5, this is 6 6. This will be having lowest priority, so this will be the root bridge. Sorry, so in between. Okay, so what I will do, this will become S2 FS0 bar 2 will become root, sorry, designated port, and S3 FA0 bar 1 will become block port. Okay, now last question. Almost, not almost, every answer is correct. Good job. Okay, Daya. Now again S1, S2, S3. Three switches have priority 450, 550, 250. This is the one which lowest priority. So we'll go for this one. Do not consider the MAC address. First consider priority. If priority is different, choose this root bridge switch based on priority. If priority is same, then only go for MAC address. Okay, so here priority is lesser one for S3. So do not consider MAC address now, only consider the priority. If priority is same, then we can go for MAC address. Okay, S3 will become root bridge, FA0 bar 1, 0 bar 2 of S3 will become designated port. See, root bridge, FA0 bar 1, 0 bar 2 will be designated port. Now from S1, the shortest path which S3 is 0 bar 2, so it will be root port. From S2, the shortest path is again 0 bar 2. Root port. Now what about blocked and designated? Okay, this cable. Okay, S2 S1 when I compare, This one has low priority, 450. This is 550. So go for this one. So S1 0 bar 1 will become designated. S2 0 bar 1 will become blocked. This is a video for how do we solve the span tree problem. Okay, I will upload this Word file also in YouTube. Okay, you can just check it.